Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's staying safe and are all well. Time of making this and continue to be, obviously. I've just given you an update. All the parts I've ordered are here now, and it's only really due to work commitments that I've been too busy to actually finish this off and get it going. As you can see, the kickstart's come. I've just loosely bolted it on, it's not on properly. I just wanted to show you, if I can zoom in a bit more there. If you watch this, top of this, and I'll hold the engine of course, that's the distance before the kickstarter's engaged, which is absolutely perfect. That is why I do the changed basically the end plate to an LI type from the GP type. It just gives you so much more kick over for the leverage than the GP. The GPs always seem to be like twice that distance before they even jump into life. So you know, you often see, like I keep saying on the videos, you see people leaning over, you know, kicking them off their stand and what have you, especially on a tune bike. Also been to scooter restorations and got the Ducati type bus cap for the flywheel, and I've got a new rear hub bolt and locking washer just to finish off the rear hub. Incidentally, talking about the rear hub, I've got half of it rubbed down. I haven't had a chance yet to spray that, and obviously with having stainless steel cowlings, I don't need to spray them at all. They do need a bit of a polish. I've got dirty hands, and it's only on, as you can see, it's just put on there basically to make sure that the downpipe here clears the cowling, and it does. It's obviously been on a bike that's been tuned before. This is second hand. I bought that off eBay a couple of weeks ago, and it's turned up about a week ago. Like I say, I've had the stuff probably Monday was the last bits that come, and I've not really had an opportunity to come out and update you all. But as you can see, the kickstart is on. It's just I don't really like the way this bolts up. I like to have a nut and bolt on this. That's correct upside down, and it's not a stainless steel nut bolt, I should say, and washer. These are mild steel, and I prefer, as you know, to use stainless steel on the engines. So basically, if I let you know, we've got to fit that with its locking spring on the flywheel, which is the other side. The downpipe on the exhaust is it hasn't got its gasket on. It's just put in there to just make sure that I didn't need to cut, because what you do is you cut the bottom and the top to make sure you've got room around your carburetor and your exhaust so they don't catch on the cowling. And it also needs a bit of a polish. It is second hand. It's in good condition. There's a couple of little marks there which I think they've been made when it's been pressed, to be honest with you, because they're not deep, but they are marks in it. I've had the bolt on holding the head on, so I'm quite happy with that fitting. There's no work to be done with that. So downpipe will need the gasket and the gun gum to seal the downpipe, and as you already know, I've got brand new brass nuts for that and washers. So that'll be done up. I'll show you how to do that. And I've got to tidy up the exhaust which came. That was on a previous video, the 42mm exhaust, and we can put our 22mm on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some sort of a bracket system up. I mean, the engine's warm to touch. It shows you how warm it actually is out. You know, outside it's like a absolute furnace in this shed today. What I want to do is as well is sort out my tools and tidy again, because I'm not been in for a while. It's like it's getting dirty again. But from the next video we can discuss the Kickstarter even more. You know, that, if I put my hand there, that is brilliant. You hear that? That's engaged. It's under tension. Perfect in my opinion. We know the timing's quite good. Manually tested fine. I've done a leak down test on the actual engine, which was fine. No leaks on the engine. I've got an N4 Champion spark plug, which I've told you in previous videos. I'm leaning towards the N4s lately over the NGKs. I've had so many NGK spark plugs over the years, which you don't get any mileage out of them. They either fur up, and you know, people will say, oh, that's your carburetor, etc. But you know, different scooters I'm talking about, you know, they always seem to run a bit sooty, and maybe I'm picking the wrong B7ES or B8. I might have the wrong heat rating. That might be what's wrong. But I find overall, for what type of scootering I do, the N4 is a good spark plug. I get a decent spark plug out, you know, decent spark out of it, and I get longevity out of it as well. So I've not changed any N4s. I'm running that on my 225, my Li150, and obviously I put it in this engine. As you know, we've got the Ducati CDI to go with this engine. It's like I keep saying, it should be a really usable engine. We've got the high gearing on it, so it should pull 2 up. I would say, you know, around 75 mile an hour without killing it. It's not going to be a 100 mile an hour scooter. It never was intended to be like that, or I'd be, you know, I'd be into GT type kits on it. It was basically this, and the video is meant to show anybody that they can do an engine rebuild in their shed with minimum tools. You know, you do need some specialist tools, as I said before, when you do a Lambretta, but generally you can do most things with a good old socket set and a few specialist Lambretta tools, like your clutch compressor, seal drivers and what have you. But you know, there's things like the rear hub, the washer on the rear hub with the hexagon cutout, or the little triangle cutouts in it, that fits the flywheel side mag housing, I should say, and you can use that as a drift to knock in the bearing. They should, if it's warm enough, they should more or less drop in anyway. And as you know from watching the videos, and please take time, you know, to go back and see what I've put into this engine. They are all Koyo and original roller bearings. So we've got completely from, you know, literally from there to there, every bearing is new, every oil seal is new. We've got an 82 link chain with a pull down chain tensioner. It works both ways, up and down. Tino Sachi, I think, makes them. I'm not too sure. Somebody sent me a comment and said they were Tino Sachi ones, the green ones. And you know, I can turn the engine, you know, with a struggle over with my hand with the flywheel. So, you know, I'm quite happy that the gearbox is lovely and shimmed up correctly. We've got a nice chain, we've got a nice crankshaft in it, and we've got brand new 186 top end on it. So it should be, you know, as much as you can sort of go before testing anything, it should be quite a usable, drivable engine. You know, a daily run around work sort of commuter bike, or even you know, pull out your shed and go on a run now and again. It should cover both of them aspects quite great. So I'll end this video now, and again, once again, thanks for subscribing. And those who are doubting, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. Totally free, and it does help me grow this channel. As I said before in previous videos, I am self-funded at the moment. You know, there's some people that are doing this for a living, and they get, you know, products to test and everything. At the moment, I've got to buy them products and stick them on an engine, and obviously then evaluate if they're any good or not. I mean, I'm always open to you know, product testing for large companies if they want me to, because I'm more earthy than some of the people. Hopefully approachable if you send a message. I do try and answer every question or statement that's put on the channel. And you know, I'm always here to help if people have got problems. I'm not, like I've said previously, I'm not trying to make all the dealers, you know, put them on the dole or whatever. There is, if it's past what your skill set is and you don't think you've got manual dexterity to do these sort of jobs, then by all means use a dealer, but it will give you the ability to check things. You know, you put a lot of trust in somebody if somebody else builds you an engine, and at the end of the day, when you're doing 70-80 mile an hour on these things, anything goes wrong, it could cost you your life. So it's in your own interest to learn basic maintenance, clutches, you know, that you're not going to seize up the top end, etc. That's the most common problem with any two-stroke engine, is the wrong mixture and seizing of the piston and barrel. That's I mean, when I used to ride them in the 80s, it was you buy a kit, 225 kit from in my case it was Humphreys in London, and you bought a 30mm carb and you knew absolutely nothing about jetting. So you just get your 200 block, put your piston, barrel and head on, new spark plug and a 30mm carb, and you know, that how we ever got anywhere, I don't know. But I suppose that's the beauty of youth, isn't it? People will you know, I suppose you don't see the danger, is what I'm trying to say. You'll go to places, you know, you'll end up going to Brighton on something that really you'd be lucky to get down the end of the road, but you don't see it when you're young. Whereas when you get older, the aim is to have a good weekend, or whenever you're going, or wherever you're going I should say, and get there and back safely, and not actually worry when you're leaving home that you're actually going to get somewhere. Some of that's to do with what you've got in the engine, some of it's not. It's just life, I suppose. But I keep getting an error message on my camera saying the SD card is writing slow speed, so I will review this before uploading it. But like I say, keep an eye out. In the next couple of days or so we should have the engine finished, cowlings on, exhaust on. The rear hub might take a few days because, like I say, I've still got to do the spraying of that, and some rubbing down. I'm about halfway through. I've got 2 nuts on, so to remind me of the areas that I've done, and then we need to clean the brake shoes, as I've said, with some brake cleaner, which I've got in a spray can somewhere. When I spend 5 minutes to tidy up in here, I'll be able to find stuff again. But yeah, thanks for watching again, and like I say, stay safe everybody. Bye for now.